lesson, I will be showing you how to create features. Here's a little refresher on features. These are categories of options. Options of the same feature may have several constraints, such as pick one or more and pick 2 of 5. We'll be starting on the Products tab, since a feature is related to your product. Let's go ahead and select the appliance product we created earlier. Alright, now that we're on our appliance product page, we're going to scroll down to the section called Steel Brick Configuration. We added this earlier on in our lessons, and now this will actually finally come to use and you'll understand why. Let's go ahead and select our configuration type. Selecting a configuration type of required makes it so that you don't have to go through the line editor. You just go through configuration first. If you select the configuration type of required, you can only select always as your configuration event. Our next configuration type option is allowed. Its functionality changes depending on the configuration event selected. Now let's go through those. The first configuration event is always. Now, a configuration type of allowed with the configuration event of always will function in the same manner as the configuration type of required. The configuration event add goes through configuration, but the intention is not to reconfigure. And finally, the configuration event edit is when you click to go straight to the line editor and only open configuration when needed, essentially bypassing configuration. The advantage of this is that default options will automatically be added to the quote without requiring the sales rep to go through configuration. And lastly, you have the option to disable configuration types altogether. For the purposes of this demo, we will select the configuration type required. Now let's go ahead and select our option layout. Sections places your whole configuration on one page. The only downside to this is if you have a long list of features and options, you will have a lot of vertical scrolling. Tabs places each feature on a different tab. Wizard is similar to tabs, but requires you to follow a specific sequence. For this demo, we're going to go ahead and select the Sections option layout and then click Save. Let's go ahead and click the blue pop-out menu to the right-hand side of our page. Click Edit Layout, as I'd like to take care of the layout for our features before we get started with actually adding our features. Click Related Lists, because our Features section is currently a related list within our Products page. Click the Edit tool on your Features related list. Add the following fields to your column: Min options, Max options, category, and number. Select Number as the Sort By option. Always remember to click Save in order to apply the changes. Alright, now we're returned to our Appliance product page. Let's scroll down to our Features section. Click the New Product Feature button so we can begin adding product features. First, enter a feature name. Let's call this Hardware Components. Now we have Min options. This is where you enter the minimum number of options for this feature to be part of the product bundle. This forces the sales rep to pick at least one or more options. Because this is a mandatory field, if a number is not entered, it will default to 0. We're going to go ahead and enter 0. Max options is where you enter the maximum number of options for this feature that can be selected as part of the product bundle. You leave this blank if there is no limit. This essentially prevents the sales rep from picking more than X number of options. We're going to go ahead and leave this value blank. While we're here, I wanted to point out discount schedule. This is where you would look up or enter a discount schedule to be applied to the product selected by all options in this feature. This overrides the discount schedule on the product. We're not currently going to be using this. Now we'll enter a number. This field is where you enter a sequential number that determines how the features are sorted in the related list on the product. We recommend that you use values of 10. This is so if you forget later that you want to add another, you'll have increments of 10 to add in between, so you can always squeeze something in later. Finally, I'd like to point out the configured SKU field, which is already populated with the appliance product name. This is the name of the product bundle that includes this feature. So if you already created the feature from the product detail page, which we did, this should already be populated. So as you can see, it's populated by the appliance product. Let's click Save and New because we have a few more features to add. Let's call this feature Accessories. Min option of 1 and max option of 1. Give it a number of 20 and click Save and New to add another feature. Name this feature Software. Enter a min option of 0 and leave max options blank. Enter a number of 30. Click Save and New. Name this feature Services. A min option of 0. Leave max options blank. Enter a number of 40. We're adding one last feature, so click Save and New for the last time. Name this feature Support. Min option of 1. Leave max option blank. Add a number of 50. And finally, click Save because we're all done adding our features. Once you're finished adding a feature, you'll be taken to the product feature detail page. Now, just to show you how intertwined all our products and features are, you'll want to click on the configured SKU appliance link, and this will take us right back to our appliance product page. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Alright, here we are back on our appliance product page. Now let's scroll down and see what our filled out features section looks like. For your exercise, I'd like you to create features in your demo environment. Please follow the directions listed on this slide. They will have you add the features that I created in the lesson. Good luck!